Second round of the Six Nations is about to get underway. It's a pretty big game because it's Ireland up against Wales. Both these teams coming off a win in the first round. Ireland with their win over Scotland. I think many would have called it unconvincing. The general consensus was Ireland need to lift their game, that's for sure. Wales, kind of hard to judge. They did it against Italy at home. The score really blew out at the end, and they proved just way too good for the Italians. But I guess you could probably argue that they've got another gear to go up as well. So which of these teams raises their game at the weekend will be an interesting one to see. I will put the links to the teams in the description. I'll just put the teams in the description so you guys can check them out for yourselves. There's not a whole lot of changes to both sides. It's relatively steady for Ireland. They've still got Cian, Healy, Rob Herring and Tadhg Furlong in the front row. They will definitely want to, I guess, exert a bit more pressure this week because the Scottish pack looked pretty good at scrum time last week. Henderson and Ryan still in the second row. Our Mahoney under Flier and Stunder in the background. And that's technically a change because Doris started at number 8 last week and Mahoney was on the bench, but he came on within 5 minutes. So it's essentially, Mahoney 6, Under Flier 7 and Stunder 8. Essentially the same guys as last week. 9 and 10 is still Murray and Sexton. Kind of no big surprises there. Midfield, Archie and Henshaw this week. He's up from the bench. And the wings, Conway, Stockdale with Larmour at fullback. So it's a largely steady team from last week. So, yeah, I mean, the bench has still got a couple of changes. Max Deegan looks like he's going to get on for Ireland, which will be nice to see him in the green. Keith Earls is back. He's cover. Cooney's still there. Ross, Byrne, Toner, Porter, Kilcoyne, Kelleher. So it's definitely not all chopping and changing for the Irish. So I'm not quite sure what happened to Ringrose. Someone will definitely tell me whether he's been dropped or whether he's injured. But yes, he is definitely one man that they will miss. But Henshaw is no slouch. For Wales, again, it's kind of minimal. It's changes, but it's not a whole heck of a lot. So the front row is Wyn Jones, Ken Owens, and Dylan Lewis. I am keen to see how these guys go as well because, I mean, they were good last week, but they didn't exactly put the Italians to the sword. Jake Ball, Alan Wyn Jones, second row. Now that's like a clash for the ages. Anytime you see James Ryan up against Alan Wyn Jones, it's another one of those work rate battles to see who's going to get more tackles. Last week, it was Scottish fella, Lock, Johnny Gray. Yeah, it was him and James Ryan going with the tackle count. Johnny Gray got the better of that one, but he gets the better of most people at tackle time. James Ryan definitely got more meters than him from memory, but yeah, should be an interesting battle. Wainwright, Tipperick, and Faletau is the back row. So just the idea of Faletau up against Stander is also worth the price of admission, without a doubt. Although Stander, to be fair, last week was kind of more impressive in terms of his tackles and turnovers necessarily than his big busting ball carrying, which is always a entertaining aspect of his game. There are a few changes on the bench as well for the Welsh. Rhys Carey has come back into the squad. Adam Baird, Gareth Davis. So there's no Rhys Webb this week. Again, I'm not sure if he's injured or dropped, but someone will tell me for sure. And Owen Williams is there as well. Johnny McNichol drops to the bench. In recent times, it has been fairly close between those two teams. The most recent two games were those two Rugby World Cup warm-up games where Ireland did back-to-back wins. In Dublin, it was 19 points to 10. And in Cardiff, it was Ireland 22 points to Wales' 17. So not a whole lot between these teams in terms of their results. It's usually 10 points or less. That being said, 2019 in the Six Nations was 25 points to 7. That was a legit pretty one-sided game. Previously to that, Ireland 37-27, so 10 points again. And prior to that, 22-9 in Cardiff. But all the games in Dublin, 37-27, 19 points to 10. And I think the previous one to that was like a 16-all draw. So, yeah. if you're picking this one in terms of your betting, or if you're doing a fantasy game or prediction game, everything on paper would seem to say that it's going to be a close game. The bookmakers do have Ireland by 4 points, and Rugby Forecast Algorithm has Ireland by 6 points. So by all accounts, it's going to be a very, very close one. Remember, both these teams have got new coaches, if you can call them new still pretty new. Andy Farrell, his defence up against Wayne Pivac's attack. It's just going to be a fascinating one to watch, man. The game is on here in New Zealand at 3:15 in the morning. So I'm probably not going to watch this one live. I will watch the next one live and pray that the commentators do not spoil the result for me. Last week I managed to avoid the spoilers, so I watched the second game fine, which I think was again Ireland against Italy, wasn't it? So yes, this will be the second game I watch. I'm not going to be checking no social media. I'm not going to have the radio on. It's going to be radio silence, social media silence, until I can see the game. I even did that for Italy, man. So, and that was, oh no, that was Wales, Italy. That was the first game last week. So, yes, should be an interesting one. If you guys are watching in the UK or Ireland, it's free for you guys, so lucky you. If you're not so fortunate, stick around and I'll show you how to get the game using a VPN. But yeah, you guys let me know your thoughts on the squads. How do you think this one's going to go? And I will talk to you again soon. See you later. So guys, if you don't know how you're going to watch the Six Nations this weekend, here's how you get it done. Jump on ExpressVPN. The link for that is down in the description and includes a discount to the yearly plan. Connect to a server in the UK. You can see here's some of the broadcasters. There are others. Don't worry about the times. Those are the New Zealand times. So that's the hours we got to get up to watch the games here. But those are the broadcasters you can see. ITV, their hub has the Ireland-Wales game. BBC has got Scotland-England. And likewise, they've got France-Italy. Here's what it looks like. Here's one I prepared earlier. You can see Michael Cheika doing his thing. If you're connected to the server in the UK, and if you want to watch it on demand, see that one is the one of the games from last week, England against France, and this one is Ireland, Scotland. So yeah, if you want to watch live, if you want to watch on demand, link in the description to ExpressVPN and jump on either ITV or BBC for the games you want to watch. Cheers, guys.